Hey y'all, it's Lindsay. Today I wanted to share with you my almond milk creamer that I make. It has been in quite a few of my What I Eat in a Day videos recently, and I had some questions about that. So I thought I would just show you how I make that today. I have my stuff here and ready to go. I personally use my Teamy Mix-It little individual serving blender for keeping my creamer in it. I really like this. The base is rechargeable, and I just really like the sports top on this thing. The way that it pours out is great, and because the blender blades are already in there, it's super quick. And if it starts to separate, because the MCT oil will eventually separate from the rest of the almond milk and the collagen, I could just pop it back on the base and whiz it up again really quickly. But this is absolutely unnecessary, if I could be so bold. This is just what I like to use. You can also simply use a jar and an immersion blender to blend those together, or you can go real basic and just use a blender bottle and shake it up vigorously, or you can just stir it with a spoon. I also have used my milk frother in the past. I just find that with as much as I am doing this, and I'm doing this every few days, that having it in this just works really well for me right now. And so that's what I do. You can also make it in a big blender. You can literally do whatever you want as far as mixing this is concerned. And I think there are a lot of different options for a single serve smoothie blender. You can probably find some for $20 or less. This one's a little bit more expensive. I do have a 20% off coupon code for the Teamy blends down in my description box if you do want to check this one out, by all means. But also just use what you have, because it's really not the end of the world. So anyway, so this is an almond milk creamer. I use the Almond Breeze, the unsweetened original almond milk. If I only have vanilla almond milk that is unsweetened, I will use that. I'm down to the last little bit of my custom collagen powder here in my jar. So I use that. I've got more on Subscribe and Save, hopefully coming this month. I use this MCT oil from Viva Naturals. It's organic. This one has been really good for me. I haven't had a lot of stomach issues. I know with sunliquid MCTs, a lot of people can get stomach upset. If you start out slower and then gradually work your way up to having more MCTs, that is a solid way to get them into your diet. But I've also heard that a lot of people have really good success using powdered MCT instead of liquid MCT. So if you do struggle with it, you might consider using the powder and just seeing if that is viable for you. And then I've got some liquid stevia. I don't know what happened to my bigger bottle. Found it. So the stevia that is in this dropper bottle is just the Now Better Stevia. I love this stuff. This probably lasts me 6 months or more, especially whenever I put it in a dropper like this. I got these off of Amazon. It's easier for me to control the amount, because with this I wind up with a sticky mess all around the nozzle, and it's harder for me to control. If you also have powdered stevia, you could use powdered instead. I like the sweet leaf version of powdered stevia. That one's really good. This lasts me at least 6 months, if not longer. So definitely a viable and valuable investment for my sugar-free foods. So anyway, all I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna lower you down. Okay, first step, I'm going to pour some almond milk into my container here. This is a 20-ounce jar, and I'm going to fill it about half full. I'm going to add 3 servings of my custom collagen powder, which is approximately 33 grams of collagen powder. And for the sake of kind of just knowing, I'm going to do about 4 tablespoons or 1/4 cup of the MCTs. This little piece is just purely for me. I struggle with the flavor of MCT oil and collagen on every single type and brand that I have tried of both of those products. The Trim Healthy Mama one, the Viva Naturals one, the Now brand MCTs, whatever. And all of the different collagen powders I've tried, I've always struggled to have them not sweetened, to just have them as the flavor that they are. And so for me, I do add stevia to taste, and that really makes this sort of a seamless transition for me from using heavy cream over to having the almond creamer. Heavy whipping cream does have 1 gram of carbs, or just under 1 gram of carbs per serving, so it does have kind of a sweet taste. So this not having any kind of a sweet taste really kind of, it doesn't, my brain doesn't quite connect that it's creamed coffee whenever I use this without any kind of a sweetener, which is why I use the sweetener. All right, for that sweetener, I'm going to use 1.5 dropperfuls. 1.5. Okay. Tie the lid on, and then I'm just going to push my button twice. Now I have my almond milk creamer. It is fully incorporated. MCTs are well distributed in the almond milk, as well as that collagen. I pop it off the base and I just leave the base as is. I store this in the refrigerator just like this, and it's fantastic. It's so easy. I like that it's glass. I mean, yes, the bottom and the blade zone are plastic, so if you don't want to store anything in plastic, be mindful of that. But because it's cold and it never actually gets hot for this creamer, I'm not too concerned about the plastic issues. Plus it's BPA free, so you know, we have we have some things that we will let slide, right? So that's what I've got going on for my creamer. If I were to have made it in my blender bottle, I would have just kept it like this in the refrigerator. If I used my immersion blender, I would just keep it in a mason jar with a screw lid. A little bit messier that way unless you buy a lid similar to the blender bottle, but that is an option as well. And there you go. You can add different flavor extracts to this if you want. I know the Loran little oils, like you could do, I've got butterscotch, I have peppermint, what else do I have? I have cake batter, Bavarian cream, like those Loran oils, like you only have to use a drop or two to get a solid flavor in your creamers. So those are always an option, but this has helped me to eliminate the heavy whipping cream from my coffee in the morning, which was really starting to cause a lot of excess phlegm. I serve on our worship team some weeks as a vocalist, and whenever your vocal cords are covered in phlegm, it's kind of a problem. So cutting out the heavy cream has helped me a lot, and that's just the basic creamer that I make. Feel free to mix it up however you like. I just thought I would share exactly what I do. This is kind of an area where you know what kind of things you like to have in your coffee versus what you don't. So take that, run with it. I really appreciate you stopping by, watching this video. I hope that you will give this a try if it's intriguing for you. Let me know in the comments if you do try it or if you already make something very similar to this, because to be honest with you, this is not that, you know, like it's not that unique. But anyway, subscribe if that is something you so desire to do, and I hope to see you in my next video.